Welcome to the From Scratch Fortnite tutorial series. Right, I'm going to keep this really simple. We're going to do one lesson at a time. None of the lessons are going to be long, but they're going to be in a lot of detail. And we're going to break down every single part of Fortnite that I know about. And then when I've run out of things to teach you, go and find someone better than me to learn the next stuff off. But what I think there's lacking is a zero to beginner to intermediate level training. There's a hell of a lot out there trying to explain to you how to become the next best player in the world. So, what we're going to cover today is actually the most important thing in Fortnite. And although it seems reasonably simple, applying it at all times throughout the game can be a little hard. So, as you can see when we are using this character, my character is to the left of the white thing in the middle that's telling me where my bullets are going to come out. Now, we're going to call the white thing the aiming reticle. So, the reason that this is important is because the reason that the character is on the left is because if it was dead in the center, we wouldn't actually be able to see where we were aiming, right? And so, what most games do to solve this is you can't see the character. It looks like this. And so obviously, you want to shoot, come straight out. Nice and easy to see. The reason why it matters to us that we do have a character and that character's on the left is that what that means is actually we can see a little bit more on the right hand side than the left hand side. And so when we're behind cover, we can see more like this while being in cover than we can on that side. Now, I'm actually going to be able to prove this to you, although this is something that quite a lot of people know. There's actually a really helpful mechanic built into the game to remind you of this. And it's called the red cross. Right? So, right now my gun is ready to fire. That's why it's pointing forward. As I step closer to the wall, it's going to go down. Even if I've just fired and it's ready, boom, it's going to go down and across my body equally. If I'm looking down the sights and I walk too close to the wall, boom. I'm still looking down the sights, otherwise the camera wouldn't be zoomed in, but it doesn't want to hold it up anymore to let me know that I'm too close to the wall. Now, the reason that this is important is when we're choosing which side of the wall we want to attack our enemies around. Let's be cheeky and do this exercise like this so we're facing this channel. But anyway, when we're trying to decide which side of the wall we want to go around, the fact that the camera is on the right makes a big difference, because let's just say I'm trying to shoot through that window. If I start on the right hand side and I take advantage of the fact that the camera is also to the right, then the first time that I can shoot through this window should be here, right? And yet you can see a red cross in front of me. Now, what that red cross is doing is actually drawing a line from the center of my character to the center of the white aiming reticle. And the reason it's doing that is because the bullets come from the character. And what the red cross is doing is letting you know that although we can see clearly to the white reticle, from the character's perspective, that red X indicates that something is blocking you. And so, when we look in, if we're going to shoot now, we're going to shoot where the red X is, and you can actually see from when the gun pulls out. We'll keep moving a little bit more. See that we can still see into this window here. The bullets are still hitting the wall. The red X goes a little bit further. The second the red X disappears, the gun's ready. We can shoot through the window. So this is really important because A, you don't want to go to peek round a corner and do that, right? You need to look out for that red X that's telling you that something is interrupting your line of sight that you can't see, but essentially it's like your character can see it, right? But the other thing to notice is when we are ready to shoot, look how much of our body is visible to them. Just look straight down. It's like an arm, a leg, and I mean, maybe a bit of a head. Not very much. I mean, they'd be pretty stuffed trying to hit you in the head here, right? Now, let's go on the other side. Now remember, the red X only happens when your character and you can see different things, and your character is blocked, but your camera isn't. On the other side, when we go around to this side, there is no red X, because our camera is to the right of us, and our character's to the left, and we're going to the left. So there's no way that the red X scenario could happen. But what we'll see is, as we move out, that the first time I can see the window, let's see, that's not actually a red X from this side, by the way. That's a red X telling me here that my shot is going to hit the next window, rather than go in the white bit and move it out there. You see, it's not hitting the edge anymore. It goes through the window, hits the wall, goes through the window, right? But on the right hand side, this doesn't happen. And so when we finally do get on the right here, which is, I would say this is the first opportunity we have to shoot through that wall there. Now look how much of our body's exposed. From their perspective, if we're just looking straight down, I mean, they can see 90% of my body. So you've got to think about that. Whenever you attack somebody on the right, as long as you're not letting the red X indicate to you that only your camera can see round the corner and your character can't, the red X actually allows you to very easily reach the point where you're only a millimeter exposed. On this side, we literally can't even do it. And the difference in how much our enemy can see us in these two situations is so ridiculous that you're asking to die. If you think about it from this guy's perspective, or this girl's perspective, they're either trying to hit a sliver of someone's head here, remember, it's like a sliver of the head here. At least half of it is blocked out. On this side, we agreed that to try and hit somebody all the way over there, I'm out. Free shot. So, rule number 1. Right hand only. Never, ever, ever run round a wall to the left. If you need to fight somebody, you go run to the right, try and get a peek, put a wall down, run to the right again. When they get close, run to the right, put a wall down, right. Worst case scenario, you just circle people. But what you never ever do is run that way. And as long as you do that, you should be able to take somewhere like 90% less damage. Because whether you're shooting, let's even give ourselves an AR. Whether you're shooting your AR Look for the red X. Make sure we're just past there. Okay, cool. Whether you're shooting your AR with barely any of your body exposed, or whether you're firing a shotgun with barely of your body exposed, to do anything else and pop the whole of you, to pop, that was really poorly timed, to pop the whole of you. Look, if I want to get on a ramp, look how far I have to come out. I can't even get around the corner still. This right hand camera thing is causing me a world of nightmare. Look at that. On this side, look, the red X goes away there. So no matter what you do, right hand peek. Right, well, that's lesson 1.